What's up, people? In this video, I'm going to tell you how to engage with people who talk trash about either you doing OMAD, or you fasting, or you doing the snake diet, or really just limiting your eating frequency, right? You have a lot of these people, and the way to deal with them, let's call them haters, right? The way to deal with these types of haters is really the way that you deal with any type of hater. I'll go over that in a second, but first, before we get into that, if you like my videos, if you like my channel, if you like me in general, and you want to see me succeed, click on my Patreon, link in the description, go over to my Patreon, give me fucking $10 a month. It's not a lot to you. What's 10 bucks a month? It's not a lot of money. That's your Netflix subscription. For me, it helps. Every little bit helps. If all of my subscribers donated $10 a month, I would be rolling in it, making really interesting, awesome videos beyond me talking with my headset on. I mean, these are interesting too, but just imagine what I could do with all this extra money. Like, how much cooler would it be in general? I could hire an editor, I could hire, whatever. I could pay for all this stuff like in the actual world, other than this, $1 coffee, so I can use the internet connection here. Anyway, without further ado, let's crack right into it. How to deal with haters or people who talk trash about your OMAD experience or fasting or whatever it is. Now, I will tell you my experience, because I have been fasting and doing OMAD for over 15 years, actually. I've told this many times. I read The Warrior Diet in 2002, changed my life, incorporated 1 meal a day into my lifestyle. Thank God, since I was 19, I'm 35 now, so like, it's been part of my life for a very long time, and this was before anybody had ever heard of intermittent fasting or 1 meal a day or OMAD or the snake diet, before any of this stuff existed. So I was actually doing it before it was cool, and since I was doing it before it was cool, now it's cool, right? Now you can show these haters like your favorite YouTuber and say like, well, actually look at this really popular person, look how popular they are, and this is the message they're promoting, so here's some social proof to go with it. It's not just me starving myself. So this was before any of that, and I had to fend off these people, many of whom were very close to me, allegedly had my best interests at heart. I had to come up with reasons and arguments to beat them back and just straight up tell them, fuck off, really. And the best way to do that, the absolute best way to do that is to acquire a result that they do not have. Okay, so back in the day, I was doing OMAD. And the workouts that I was doing super slow training with bodybuilding workouts, right? So I was doing low reps, high weight, super slow reps. Okay, this is amazing for building muscle. I might make another video on this later, but this is actually what, as far as I understand, this is what the Warrior Diet prescribed in his book. I could be wrong, but I want to say that this is where I got the idea to do high, like as high as I could for 5 reps, as slow as I could, or really 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down, and do, I guess, moderate volume, really, or it's really not high volume, it's low reps, but do 2 body parts per workout. Let's say 4 exercises per body part, 4 sets per exercise. So it's, and 5 reps per set, right? It doesn't really make any sense if you try to understand that and you have no idea what I'm talking about, but basically the reason I'm even bringing this up is that the combination of that with doing OMAD is that I was eating a ton of food during my evening meal. I was eating really 3 meals worth of food during my evening meal. I was jacked. Right now I'm like fit and lean and in shape. And compared to your average person, I have more muscles than average. What does that even really mean? But back in the day, I was like muscular. I was like, people that look with me and be like, damn, like ask me about my workouts and shit. So really the result that I had, and it was very easy to point at this result and say to these people, look at me and look at you. You're going to try and tell me, you're going to try and give me advice. Like the ultimate, or the classic post body on 4chan. On 4chan's fit board, you have a lot of people giving advice for fitness, and it's like, I do this and I do this and I have great results. People will post that anonymously, and then somebody will respond to that post and they'll say post body. Like, okay, fine, you're saying that this really works. Show us what you look like. Put your money where your mouth is. And at the time, I was posting body with my physical appearance, my actual life, really, my existence was posting my body all the time. So that was a little bit aggressive, did tend to shut people up pretty quick, because without fail, every single person who told me that this was unhealthy and bad, and I had an eating disorder, and I was anorexic, and like, it's not going to ruin my metabolism, blah, 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 was either fat or like DYEL, skinny fat, like not anybody who you would ever want to take health and fitness advice from, ever. So that's one way to tell them. Now, if you don't have those results, you can't really use that argument. Okay, so let's go to the next argument, and this is really the best thing to do, honestly, is to just kind of sidestep the issue and say, listen, you know what, like, I thought the same thing you did, right? I agree, you are 100% right. Right, this will shut anybody up in a second, is when you tell them you're right. Like, really, like, somebody's arguing with you, they're ready to, like, bump heads with you and clash with you. If you say you're right, they're like, oh, what do you mean? Like, are you agreeing with me? Did I win? Is that it? I want to fight, though. You know what I mean? You take the wind out of their sails, and they like, don't know what to do. Really, they like, don't know what to do with themselves. So anyway, what you say is, you say, look, you're absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. When I heard about this, I said the exact same thing that you said just now. And then I watched this video, and I watched that video, and I read all this information, blah blah blah. And I was like, you know what? It sounds crazy. I don't think it'll actually work, but I'm going to try it anyway because there's all these people saying that it actually works. So now I tried it and it works. So like, you can believe me if you want. Like, even if you watch my videos, you hear me say this all the time. You can agree with me if you want. You can believe me if you want. So I'm not. It's a very casual way of stating my point, right? When you preface something by saying you can agree with me if you want, you can argue with me if you want. What is that really saying? It's saying I don't need your agreement for me to believe this, really. And that takes pressure off of people, because anytime you state a point, right? Anytime you say this is how it is, or this is a fact, or this is my opinion, you're creating a current that draws people towards you with an argument as to why they should not agree with you, really. You want to think of it in a airy-fairy kind of way. But when you preface it by saying, you can believe whatever you want, you can agree with me if you want, you can disagree with me if you want, this has been my experience, this is what I've heard, this is what seems to be true to me, you're taking all the pressure off of them from needing to agree with you, really. So they're able to kind of expose themselves to your point and to your argument without feeling any pressure that you're right, or that they have to challenge their own worldview, right? If that makes any sense. So that's what you say, and then instead of you actually, because like, let's be honest, like, are you going to do a better job explaining fasting than Cole Robinson, Snake Diet Guy? Are you going to do a better job than, what's the black guy's name? Like, every video is about intermittent fasting. I don't remember his name, but like, something fitness, Flash Fitness or something. Are you going to do a better job explaining intermittent fasting than that guy who's got like 200 videos on intermittent fasting and edits them, and that's like his job, is to make videos about intermittent fasting? Are you going to explain it better than him? No. So just say, listen, I agree. Just watch this video. Or just watch these 3 videos. And if you want to try it, like, let me know. I'll tell you what I did, and it works. That's it, right? That's really like your first line of defense for dealing with haters, right? After that, you will get some people who they don't really, and that's really people who have your best interests at heart. You could argue, right? Those are people who it challenges their worldview, and they're like, shit, you know, this person that I know is doing something which I 100% believe with full conviction to be wrong. I need to express myself that this is wrong, because if I did not, then what excuse would I have for not trying and losing weight? Okay, you will get some people like that. That's your first line of defense against them. For other types of people who really just want to like drag you down to their level and are actually scared that you might, damn, I'm so sweaty, and like my elbows are like slipping on this table. People who are scared that you might surpass them or you might leave them in the dust as a result of your achieving a more attractive body than they will. They don't want to listen to reason or logic or watch videos. They just want to put you in their place, in your place, and tell you why this idea is stupid, and not necessarily why this idea is stupid, but why you are stupid for considering any ideas at all, really. And these are, I would argue, more dangerous people, and you could even say that we all have a little bit of this inside of us in different situations. Like, I've got one friend who, anytime I'll talk about any sort of making money idea, he'll kind of say that the idea is stupid, and then the implication is that I'm stupid for considering it, and that why don't I just do this instead, right? And this is, you know, I don't want to talk about the level of success of this person, but let's just say that he's above average in terms of success. If he were to admit that, let's say, getting a real estate license or becoming a real estate agent is a good thing, and I could make potentially more money than he's making, then he's got to like clash with it in his mind, like, no, like this like bohemian fucking long-haired weirdo who's been my friend for God knows how long, I can't actually believe that he could learn something in a month that would allow him to make more money in the next year than I've been making as a result of being self-taught in all these different areas. That can't be true. So I've got to put him in his place. And again, like, if you ever watch this video, mystery friend of mine, and you identify that this is actually you, like, you're one of my, you know, I don't want to say anything, but like, I have uncountable levels of love and respect and admiration and appreciation for our friendship. And it's not about you in particular. It's just about other people, maybe, who might experience, who might be able to apply this concept of crab bucket mentality and apply to their own lives. Shit, just tripped fucking green tea on my keyboard. That's method number 2, is to just pass them off to fucking Snake Diet Guy or whoever, really. And that's, you know, I used to say that like method 3 would be to just put people in their place and say like, you know what, like I'm gonna do this anyway, like go fuck yourself if you don't like me. And that's really more appropriate for people who are fat, right? Like people who are like really fat and need to lose the weight and will fast for extended periods of time. You know, I think what happens is, like, let's say you're really fat and you decide to fast. You might casually mention to somebody that you're going to try fasting. Oh, my toe itches. Sorry. You might casually mention to people that you're going to try fasting, and they probably don't pay it any mind. They're like, okay, sure. You're just trying another fad diet. It's not going to last. It's not going to work. Then maybe a week or two later, you talk about how amazing fasting is and how much you love it, and you're a fucking believer, and you're trying to convert these people. And then they might come out with something and say, like, well, actually, it's not healthy. It's really bad. Ruin your metabolism. You have an eating disorder. And then, you know, the battle continues over the following weeks or months, and you end up losing. You lose the argument battle to them because you don't know about fasting. You don't know these fucking arguments that can beat their arguments. You just know that fasting works, and you're losing weight, and you're staying healthy, and you're feeling better. And you don't want to like take the time to like send these people Cole's videos or learn a proper argument against them, or you just can't be bothered, or maybe just get caught off guard and can't argue with them. Maybe they're just more socially fluid than you, and you just feel uncomfortable and nervous. You know, you just really don't need to engage with them. And this is like the reason I say this for last, because it's like a last result. Really, like I think it's a mistake to push people away who are close to you just because they don't understand things the way you do, right? I think there's a way to show people the light and to convert them, let's say, for lack of a better explanation, through the same methods that you were converted, which is, number one, watching a video by somebody explaining it in the most convincing way, i.e. Cole or the Snake Diet Guy. And number two is just trying it on their own, really. Like, just try it, you know, and one kind of needs to, they kind of need to happen together. I never would have tried fasting on my own if somebody who wasn't as convincing as Cole tried to explain it to me. Like, if some, like, random fat person tried to tell me how fasting was good, I'd be like, you know, is it really? But, like, I watched some Snake Diet Guy's videos, and I'm like, oh, like, and he's like, you fucking fat piece of shit, like, snake juice, electrolyte, blah, 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 you fucking fat, disgusting, like, stop fucking eating. And I'm like, whoa, he's so convincing, right? And I was more likely to try it, you know? So if I hadn't experienced that, I never would have tried it. And then opening my mind to that concept encouraged me to try it. And then when I actually tried it and saw the results, that really solidified it as a potential solution for me for losing that last little, like, lip of fat around my midsection, let's say. So you kind of need both. And if people are not willing to kind of go through the first step and get exposed to that YouTube video that shows them why it's amazing, blah, 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 are they really going to try it on their own? Or are they really going to try it with an open mind? Are they going to really know what to expect when they try it? Right? You could make the argument that they need to be primed in order to try it, right? They need to be pre-framed, where you need to tell them, right? For example, let's say you take two people or two groups of people, and one of them, you tell them, okay, we're not gonna feed you for 2 days. You're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel bad. You're going to feel awful. You're going to hate your life, and you're probably going to come close to dying because you need to eat food every day, otherwise you'll die. You tell that to a group of people who doesn't know any better, let's say, and then you have another group of people who you say, okay, we're not going to feed you for 2 days. You're going to feel amazing. You're going to have so much energy. You're going to lose weight. It's going to be this life-changing experience for you, and it's going to open your mind to the possibilities of fasting in ways that you've never comprehended before. And you're going to love this new thing that we're going to teach you because it's going to allow you to incorporate this into your life to make your life better and help you live longer, happier, and healthier. Right? You pre-frame two groups of 100 people each with those different messages. Do you think that's going to influence their results? Yeah, of course it will. Of course it will. right? Which is why double-blind studies are so popular in the scientific community, because you can't really have those biases going in, right? Or let's take the opposite approach and say that yes, you can have those biases going in if you know that it will lead to a reliable result. For example, if every time I took a group of people and I told them, you're going to love fasting, it's going to be amazing, you're going to feel amazing, you're going to have so much energy, the fat's going to melt off of you, and you're going to wonder why you hadn't started doing this sooner. And then we take them through a 48-hour fast, and they love it, and they keep doing it, and they are like fasting evangelists. And we know that that's going to happen 80% of the time when we have somebody fast. That's good enough for me. That's a reliable result that I can count on every time. Is it like a pure result that medical science can like document and count on 100% of the time? Maybe not. But it's good enough, really, to encourage people to do it and have them do it, in my opinion. Which is another reason why I think science is overrated, really. Like, again, another video entirely. So, this video was for TH101. Hope you liked that, homeboy. Hope that was helpful for you. Anyway, in summary, like just be a walking, talking example of why you should actually do it. Number 2, show them Snake Diet Guy's videos or an equally convincing video. Number 3, have them try it. Number 4, if they're still giving you blowback, like just ignore them, really. Just cut them out for a brief period. They'll come around. Everybody always comes around. Okay, so if you like that video, tell me what are your strategies for dealing with people, dealing with haters, dealing with people who criticize your fasting-focused lifestyle, your limited eating frequency. What's your strategy for dealing with them? I would like to know. Leave me a comment. Also, if you have not already, check out my Patreon page. Hook a brother up with that $10 sexy monthly payment on my Patreon so that I can continue to bring you these amazing 20 to 30 to 15-minute videos every single day from Vietnam, from Thailand, from wherever I am in the world, and I don't have to get a real job, so I can keep doing this instead. Peace.